The following tag team match is one fall and the last of the Crockett Cup quarterfinal matches. Unleashed by the Sinister Minister, they are the 9th-seeded Priest of Punishment Judais and the NWA Unified Television Champion, the non-binary nightmare, Max The Impaler!
Look, this is an imposing force right here. Max The Impaler Judais, the number 9 seed. Some could argue that that's a really low placement into the bracket at a number 9 seed for this powerhouse team.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't have fuzzy feelings for the Miserably faithful. We've got a past. But I'm telling you, this is a dangerous team. Max is insane. Old Judais, affectionately known as Frank and Mary by me. Of course, Jimmy Mitchell, the Sinister Minister. I mean, he's the only one that can control him.
You're making a good point here, and you don't make many, but you made a very good point that I want to point out quickly. It's the unpredictability of Max and Judais together that sort of, in a way, lowers them on the seed count.
Accompanied by the manager of champions, Aron Stevens, they are not only the number 1 seed in the 2024 Crockett Cup tournament, they're also the NWA World Tag Team Champions. BFT Carnage, BFT Damage, Black Force Drama!
Here comes Aron Stevens and BFT, number 1 seed, the champs.
Probably the most dominant team.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm saying they're probably the most dominant team.
Yeah, they're the champs. Yeah.
Most dominant tag team we've ever seen. And Aron Stevens, your favorite, the genius, wearing his Kentucky Derby's finest. I know you saw he was there with all the stars.
There it is. There's the Aron Stevens garbage bag.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
There it is.
That's ridiculous. Aron Stevens wearing his finest Kentucky Derby suit. I know you saw him there with all the stars. Now he's wearing all the whites, but what I want to point out, Truck, if we could get a close-up of that pocket square, you know, it's a combination of the finest Egyptian cotton woven with silkworm secretions. And that purple is actually Tyrian. It's the color of royalty. I don't know if you knew
He's got worm secretions in his pocket. How very fashionable.
Now, that's what you got out of that. Now that's ridiculous.
Yeah, come on.
$5,000 haircut, $10,000 suit.
Maybe you should take some notes from him how to dress. I don't know what you're wearing.
Wow, I've got all designer on.
This might be the most coaching I've ever seen Jim Mitchell do in the NWA.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and listen, look, he's the only one that can get those two to focus on anything, right? I mean, they're hanging on every word he's saying here, Joey G.
Well, maybe all they hear is
here it
pain
is.
and destruction, but they've heard him.
Oh, BFT trying for the jump start. Judais already fighting back against damage sent to the floor. So much at stake.
I'll tell you what.
Wrong. Here we go.
I'll tell you what, Billy. This is definitely not going to be a technical masterpiece.
It is the Crockett Cup, and I'm ever surprised, but I'm going to have to agree with you again.
See? Yeah, I feel like a whole lot of haymakers in this match. Not a whole lot of wrist locks and holds.
No.
You know, this is going to look like a Friday night payday down the street at that roadhouse you and I almost went into yesterday. Even though it wasn't Friday. I don't know what day it was.
Throwing forearms. Carnage and Max the Impaler.
Oh.
They're coming with some heavy, heavy shots.
That's what I'm talking about, man. If you want to go toe-to-toe with Max, you might have picked the wrong one. They don't care about nothing.
Carnage on the attack now. Double team effort.
You know, Max the Impaler. Billy, have you ever talked to them? Like, did they use words or do they grunt? Or I don't know if I've ever heard Max speak.
I've never spoken to Max directly. No, always through Mitchell.
All right.
Judais, you can hold a conversation. It's
really?
not very lengthy.
Okay.
I don't want to use the term monosyllabic, but it tends into that. Maybe duosyllabic would be more appropriate.
Okay. Joe, you're looking that up in your thesaurus? I know what he's talking about, but all right. I just want to make sure.
He went to the finest colleges in Cleveland. We're aware.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen,
the corner store in Collinwood.
Max and Judais beat the Fixers to advance here. BFT.
Will the 2024 Crockett Cup be about the dominance of BFT? Ever since they won those championships, They've been on a crazy streak of violence, controlling your narrative. I mean, they've done it all. And look, they're taking it to him right now.
Well, they've got the Sultan of Swag calling plays for him, right? You got Aron Steven, Joe's favorite, out there directing traffic. Ever since they got hooked up with him, I'm telling you, they've been a whole nother team. What do you think, Joey G?
Well, I think the same could be said with the Sinister Minister. And now with laser focus that you have this team that was able to make it to the quarterfinals last year could be continuing on, making absolute crazy history at the Crockett Cup.
What makes Aron Stevens interesting is, as a manager, he himself was a top-tier player. He held gold. He has a different understanding of the game at the upper levels. And he's gotten these guys' attention now for what, a year and a half?
Yeah.
Here you see Jim Mitchell actually showing signs of concern, cheering on Max, trying to give some inspiration to the unified television champion.
And look how focused he is, too. You can tell they want the cup. They got a little, they advanced, I think, at least 1 or 2 matches last year, right? And they got a taste of it, and they want it. Usually, Jimmy Mitchell isn't this focused. He's usually over there talking about, fire,
tag,
and, blood and sacrifices, but he's got this team focused.
Brim and Stone.
Yeah, Brim and Stone, they're cousins, Brim and Stone. Right, Joe?
I suppose it's carnage.
I think they worked for Al Haft back in the day.
There it is. But BFT, of course, in complete control. Why would they not be? They're the most dominant team I think I've ever even seen.
I have to feel like I'm watching a bit of a strange movie. I'm not used to seeing Max sort of pushed around in the ring.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen often. If ever. Max, who's basically got those 2 television belts hostage, nobody's going to get him.
Judais now becoming a one-man wrecking monster against our World Tag Team Champions.
And let's say there's not a whole lot of people that can throw BFT around either. But Judais,
he's a different kind of creature.
Yeah, he's a different kind of creature for sure.
Coming in hot. Judais, he's looking for the choke slam. He's looking to end this match. He's looking to move on. Got him a choke slam on damage into the cover, and Carnage is right there to break it up.
Well, he didn't take Carnage all the way out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with more Crockett Cup action after this.
Do you want to take your wardrobe to the highest height? Then go to NationalWrestlingAlliance.com and go to the shop page. Get you one of these cool trucker hats, get you one of these tank tops, and take your wardrobe to the next level.
Welcome back to the action. Boom! It's got to be it.
Came back in time for the end.
Oh my God, a kick out.
I thought we came back in time for the end.
My goodness. That was one of the most devastating moves in the arsenal of BFT.
That's
and Judais kicked out at 1. He kicked out at 1.
That's crazy.
How many times he was going for the punch with the loaded glove, and Max on the outside.
Now, how do you know that's loaded?
This is what you're talking about. Max chasing Stevens.
Max chasing Stevens. Oh, but it lifts. Oh, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, they left Judais out there by himself. Judais. Not even paying attention.
Go for it again. Go for it again.
Here we go.
Boom. Into the cover now. Wow.
What strategy.
The winners of this match, advancing in the Crockett Cup Tag Team Tournament,